Hey everyone, we're back at it again reacting to erotica, and today we're going to be reviewing two Indian erotic short stories. We realized that most erotica we've read had a lot of American references and a culture around sex that as Indian women we probably don't relate to as much. So today we're going to find out what Indian women are reading and writing to get turned on.
So the first book that we're going to unpack together that I have read is called Losing My Virginity and Other Dumb Ideas.
Okay.
And it's by Marjorie Banerjee. And basically the story is that there's this woman, she's just turned 30 and she's still a virgin.
Here I was, 30 years old and still a virgin. Unmarried, single, alone, a virgin. A virgin. Yes, it resonated in my head. Nope, I couldn't get away from that word. For so long, I had thought it was okay to be one. A virgin, I mean. I believed that I would find the right man who would cherish me and I would treasure him. The one great love that would blind me into losing my virginity after we got married. In these lines, I don't see a desire to have sex necessarily, but it's almost like losing your virginity as like a milestone almost in your life. And I feel like that's a thought that might be relatable to a lot of like Indian women. And there's also this theme of like, of course, the one great love. So this craving is there, but not so much for pleasure or for having sex, but more for like losing your virginity.
Seeing sex as something that you have to finish off instead of something that you have to like enjoy. And this becomes more apparent actually in the next excerpt. It ties into the next excerpt, which is about her first time having sex actually. So yeah.
Are you ready? He asks. No, yes, now. He pulls me down, holds my leg and begins to slide into me. I groan. Should I stop? He asks, afraid to hurt me. That's kind of sweet. Yes, no, don't stop, I beg. He moves in deeper, it burns. Long, slow strokes, softly, surely, gently. So good, I murmur. Minutes become hours, night becomes day. Our bodies still entwined. Am I doing this correctly, I think? And then, right there, I know. I let go. He unwinds, we smile. I say with my eyes, I'm a woman. I'm yours. I'm whole. He knows. What this character does is just sort of jump straight to penetration. I don't know how I feel about that. Like from an erotic perspective and just from a little more like realistic perspective. I guess that's how a lot of Indian women do experience first time sex. But it's a bit underwhelming, like the lack of foreplay. The other thing that's really standing out to me is this whole thing of like being taken by a man. She says, I'm a woman, I'm yours, I'm whole now that I have lost my virginity. Congrats. And like, you know, it's mission accomplished.
And I feel like that's really interesting because later on in the book, she also mentions that she's never masturbated before. Like before her first time having sex, and that's because she feels uncomfortable with her body. She doesn't love her body, and so she's like, why would I masturbate? Feels odd. The sense of like feeling sexually whole or validated by a man is very Indian because we're taught to feel so ashamed of our own sexuality, like on our own terms. Tell me if you guys think this makes sense. Tell me in the comments. This is just my analysis. It's something that I've been like thinking about. How would you rate this?
I'd probably rate this like a 2 long, slow strokes out of 5.
Fair enough.
Underwhelming a bit for me.
Yeah. Okay, so this next excerpt though might be a little better. It's well into her sexual journey. She's met this foreigner and she's having tantric sex with him.
Oh my god.
So I'm not gonna say anymore.
Find your center, he whispered as his fingers moved down and gently across my genitals. A soothing touch that made my skin tingle. I knew what he was talking about. Suddenly there was a power inside me that had never been there before. A warmth within my body that sought immediate pleasure. I swiveled around and put my hands across his chest. He lay on top of me and looked directly into my eyes. Passionate kissing, nibbling, sucking, right there. Yes, I arched my back and he agreed. He was divine. I inhaled as he took slow, long strokes and murmured my name over and over again. Suddenly, he stopped and slid down, lower and lower, his tongue drawing a straight line down my navel, lingering around the edges, teasing, tantalizing. Slowly but surely, he slid his tongue into me. I was conscious, but this time it was his tongue that reassured me. He tickled, he teased. It didn't stop, not even when I begged him to. And then I knew what he was doing. This wasn't just ordinary sex, this was tantric. Interesting.
Yeah.
This almost seems like an entirely different character to me. Like, compared to the first time that she's had sex, clearly she has gone through some sort of an arc in the middle. This has really made me want to like actually read the book as well, which rarely happens to me.
I also really like that she mentions that she's conscious, because a lot of people are conscious of their vagina, like how do I smell, how do I taste, but his tongue reassures her. I thought that was really cute. Yeah.
This hot foreigner, exotic fantasy also I think would be relatable to like a lot of like Indian women.
So how would you rate this one?
Very, very high. I would rate this like a 5 long and strong strokes out of 5 long and strong strokes. And really it made me want to actually pick up the entire book and read it.
Yeah. If you've been liking this video so far, then please consider tapping that red subscribe button down below, because we really want to make more of these videos and we don't want you to miss out on them.
Yeah. We also have a lot of other cool content on the YouTube channel, so please check it out and subscribe.
Yeah. Okay, Shibika, what is your recommendation for me?
I have for you an erotic short story called Tamil Summer. It's written by this author under the pen name of Aranyani, and it's about a woman who is trapped in a sexless marriage. And the first scene we're going to be reading is her going for a waxing appointment.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
that. If you're not
that.
intrigued already.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. A shiver is beginning in Rasika. This place in her has been a balled up knot all summer, perhaps longer. This piece of her flesh has felt numb, neglected, unwanted, and devoid of sensation until this moment. This place can only feel something when it is hot and sticky. This place is unlocked by what some call pain. The sensation of follicles being stripped from skin makes her feel alive. Wow. Or Daldo, she repeats, and Shelley obliges once again, and then a third time, warming, spreading, and ripping, over and over. Now the blood is coursing through her body, awakening the memory of beauty, her own beauty that has been obliterated in the haze that she has walked in all summer. You see, Yeena, she says to the beauty between her legs. Oh, okay, she's named her vagina.
Yep, wow. She has.
Cool. You see, Yeena, she says to the beauty between her legs, when I'm not touched, I disappear. And I've been disappearing all summer. This is so sad. This is really sad. Okay, but couple of things that I find really interesting about this. One is that she's feeling these really sexual feelings in a really non-sexual situation. Like she's at a waxing appointment in a parlor. Secondly, I also like that Shelley, who I assume is the person who's doing the waxing in the parlor, she's really in on it. She's just like, yeah, cool. I'll just conspire with you on this.
This just happens all the time.
This happened yesterday too. Like, I love it. I just love it. I find this line really beautiful. When I'm not touched, I disappear, and I've been disappearing all summer. I think it shows that she's so connected to her sexuality, right? That it's a part of her identity. So when it's not sort of interacted with by, I assume, her husband, she feels incomplete. She says, I have been a balled up knot all summer, which is such a sad sentiment.
So what would you rate this?
So this isn't particularly erotic to me, like waxing isn't my thing, maybe it is for someone else. But for the significance, I would give it like 3 out of 5 Yeenas. 3 out of 5 Yeenas. Yeah.
That's generous. The next scene we'll be reading out is her coming back home from the waxing appointment, and she's up to some stuff. Basically, she is looking at herself in the mirror.
Oh,
won't reveal anything else.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks down at Yeena and finds the panties in the way. She pulls them all the way down, whispering, I want to see you fully. You are so beautiful. And look, she says, gazing at the window where pedestrians may pass at any moment. It's not just me. Everyone sees you. The thought of being seen excites her. We could be discovered at any time, she whispers to Yina. We better hurry up. Ooh.
Ooh, indeed.
Yeah. I am loving this little like exhibitionist kink that she has going on here, like, and it makes so much sense in terms of the Indian context, right? Like, your sexuality, your vagina literally is so under wraps and so hush hush that she's turned on by the fact that like her sexuality is visible to people, or the possibility of it being visible to people. I love it. It's really interesting.
What would you rate this excerpt?
I think this is a pretty cool excerpt. I would rate it like 4 out of 5 pedestrians. 4 out of 5 pedestrians walking past your window. Yeah.
Amazing. So I think in both of these stories, a strong theme that's emerged for me is this idea of being deprived of sex and how that can like make someone feel incomplete almost. There's also a lot of angst that I felt through both of the stories, kind of indicative of what the protagonists are probably going through, and maybe it is a relatable experience for a lot of Indian women.
Yeah, I mean, tell us in the comments, as an Indian woman, what would you say are some of your biggest sex struggles?
And we've also left the links to both of these short stories in the description below. Check it out, tell us what you think, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Vitamins 3.